23 Kia Sportage Hybrid that gets 44 miles per gallon highway.
With over 250 new Kias, we've got the Kia for you.
It's Trunk-O Vision. Drive home with your new Kia and a snazzy 50-inch TV. Now that's kooky.
So go kooky for Kia at Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
Prior orders excluded. EPE ratings. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See kia.com or retailer for details. TV retail value $300. Offer expires 1/31/24.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Are your brakes noisy? Do your brakes vibrate? Is the brake pedal soft? When your brakes need service, find out why our customers have voted Oriskany Garage the best auto repair shop in the Utica area, where we promise to never try to sell you something that you don't need. For brakes, tires, funny noises, warning lights, or any of your auto repair needs, come and experience award-winning service at Oriskany Garage down the street from Utica University or online at ogtire.com. Come on and say it with me and make the noise. ogtire.com.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply now at oneidacountyjobs.com.
It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen? Keeler's always in the know. It makes me want to call him and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started. It's time to get things started. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Well, it is Monday.
Monday.
Right.
So good to me.
Not really. Got to say that wow, what a collapse! What an end to what we wanted. Packers and Bills, and I got to say this on the Bills game. I don't think, and Davey, I'd like your take on this, and Andrew, you too. So if the Bills, if what's his name, the kicker,
Tyler Bass.
If Tyler Bass makes that field goal,
it was Scott Norwood all over again.
I am not confident that the defense would have been able to stop Kansas City from going down and kicking a field goal before time ran out. They'd have won the game anyway.
I mean, that's an excellent point. I was watching with my fiance and her family, and I said that same thing to my future father-in-law. I said, you need to be careful how you manage the end of this drive. I was saying you either have to score early and score quick, or run that down, that clock down.
The defense was
beat up,
not able to get a stop. And so there you go. And just like that, it's over with. And I get it. There were a lot of injuries and all that. But at the end of the day, Kansas City did a great job defending against Josh Allen and the offense. And, so what's different about this game and the last time the Bills, 3-4 weeks ago when the Bills played Kansas City, it was the defense was healthy, and it's the defense that won that game.
Yeah, I mean, I feared this after the Steelers game. We were listening to the game because we weren't able to watch, but just hearing all of your defensive players go down, you had defensive injuries from the start of the season, and you kind of were able to get through it. But I mean, there were just so many.
But you know what? Everybody gets beat up this time of year, so you just play with what you have. But what a terrible
and
end.
The arrogance of this Kansas City team that really was not good all year, and I really don't think they're that good now. And I think that unfortunately it was the element of the defense on the Buffalo Bills side that was a downfall, and I think they're going to get absolutely destroyed by the Ravens. That team looked the best team of the weekend.
Yeah. But the one positive thing on the Bills is that this team was 6-6 at one point. It was on brink of elimination, a 5% chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah,
they turned it around and made it.
It was, they just needed 2 more wins. Well, they needed 3 more wins. Richard, I'm not a Bills fan, and I'm not a hater, but the Bills fans are classless. I was hoping Buffalo won, but watching them throw snowballs to fans, which can be weapons after the game at Kansas City players, is cowardly and classless. The Bills should be fined a huge amount. Watching Mahomes bring a football over to a young KC fan, a child, and get belted with snowballs is 100% over the top and classless. Shame on the fans. Lose with class, he says, which the Bills fans don't have. And Buffalo was lucky to score. The score was that close. No blame on the kicker in those elements. Buffalo's offense was an issue of no big plays. Bye, says Richard.
I can kind of see his point, but I can also say that Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're pieces of trash because they don't win with class. They were taunting the Bills fans. They were going up to the sidelines. They were doing their stupid things. So, yeah, you can say all you want, but I lost a lot of respect for them back when they lost to, I think it was during the Green Bay Packers game when they absolutely lost their minds because of an offsides call, which was offsides.
I think that I don't know that Bills fans are anything unique in the NFL. Classless is the issue, and those fans are classless. I've turned off now on Buffalo in the future, says Richard. Greeley this morning says, let's see here. I'll bring him up. I'll get there. I will get there. Okay, Greeley. I think that if Josh had hit wide open Diggs the play before instead of going for the end zone, then they would have been in that they wouldn't have been in that all out or die position. A team wins and loses as a team. Still, it is painful.
There were so many parallels to.
And Wayne says they should have been throwing snowballs at the kicker.
There were so many parallels to my game, to the Bills game to my game. There was a missed field goal. There was, trying to force things that weren't needed. I mean, Jordan Love threw into the end zone too, and he threw over the top and caused that interception when you had to only go 5-10 yards for the first down.
Yeah.
That's stuff that he'll learn with age, but it's just frustrating.
Once again, we'll go without any pressure to Waterfront Grill on Sunday for the Conference Championship tailgate party. It'll happen at Waterfront Grill from 1 until 5. Come on out, and we'll all be there. And it's a great charity event. All the proceeds are donated by Rocky and Barb Fiato, all of it. And all the money will go to 3 local charities. So come on down this Sunday at the Waterfront Grill.
John V. and Marcy, he's got a comment as well. Sadly, tonight's game will be known. He was late last night messaging in. Sadly, tonight's game will be known as the Bait and Swift. And then John in Bridgewater. Andrew, Lions played an awesome game. Let's go Lions. I'm done ranting. LOL. Bye-bye.
Anyway, it was what it was, right? How about Syracuse and that big finish on
That
Saturday?
was exciting.
That was good.
That was exciting.
Okay, so Ron DeSanctimonious is
That
out.
name's retired now. That name's retired.
Done, and he has endorsed Donald Trump. I got to tell you, I think the Trump endorsement, it just blows my mind because you know that DeSantis is just. It's obvious who's going to win going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is DeSantis maybe saying, "Hello, I might not be a bad choice for VP"?
Yeah, I think any of the remaining candidates, maybe except for Nikki Haley, may
I think
do
there's
that.
too much of a divide for her in Trump. But I don't think there's any doubt. Trump's and the polling out today shows Trump way ahead in New Hampshire.
I'm also not really surprised by the endorsement. I mean, if you look at even back when in 2016 when Trump had run the primaries, all the crap he talked about all of the other candidates, and then they ended up endorsing him too. So
I mean, I guess I'm not surprised in that regard. However, of course he's going to endorse Trump because it's the smart thing to do for his career. Today is National Popcorn Day, if you care.
Big fan of popcorn.
I was too busy throwing mine all over the living room yesterday. Terrible.
Throwing it on the ground.
Let's see. There's more information we have on the two homicides that Utica has, both underage homicides.
Yeah, so it turns out that the victim was actually 17, not 16. Doesn't make it any better. Actually. The victim's name is Tavion Carter of Utica, and
16-year-old.
He's they actually identified him as 17.
17.
So they did come out and make that correction. Utica Police, and this is pulling from their Facebook page, we have repeatedly over the last few weeks with these two juvenile homicides that youth gun violence has to end. Coming together as a community is a necessity. However, holding those accountable for these senseless acts should be a high priority. If you have any information regarding the case, please contact the Utica Police Major Crimes Unit. He says, we know that individuals possess knowledge of this crime and ask that community assist us imploring those with information to come forward so that a successful resolution can be heard in this case.
WIBA.
Okay. So today we will speak with Mayor Mike Galime, Utica Mayor Mike Galime, on efforts being made to curb youth violence, and I know they're trying to take it from all different angles, and it really most likely needs to be done that way. So we'll speak with him in the 7 o'clock hour. Also, John Zogby on today, and we'll talk about the 2024 primaries. Elise Stefanik looking, as long as we're talking about VP potential, Elise Stefanik looks like a front runner. And it's funny, I had mentioned that to Ryan Nobles about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And he said, no way. But look at her now.
She has been a vehement Trump supporter.
Well, she was a Trump non-supporter until, again, her opportunistic attempt to turn that around, and all of a sudden she became a huge Trump supporter. And now she is all in, and you wouldn't find anybody more publicly loyal than Elise Stefanik if you're Trump. We'll talk to Ryan Schmelz coming up in a few minutes. Is Congress averting a possible government shutdown for another 6 weeks? So we'll kick that can down the road once again.
It's pathetic. It really
Scott
is.
and Kirkville will get a take on the conference championship weekend and that big win for Syracuse on Saturday. It has been so long, it seems, since there has been one of those wins like that, a buzzer beater, Davey. That felt pretty good.
Yeah, I was watching the game with Scott on Saturday. Did you see who was doing the color commentary? We both laughed when they introduced him.
Who was that?
Eric Devendorf.
Oh, it was Devendorf.
Oh, he was?
Oh, I did not
I guess
know
I
that.
did.
Yeah.
I was listening to it with low volume, and I didn't really realize.
I did not know that was
Because they
him.
had Kevin Brown, who was the controversial Baltimore Orioles that got expelled during the season there for a little while.
Yeah.
And Devendorf. So I turned over to Scott. I said, they had to pick Devo? Why couldn't they get Boeheim?
Yeah. Bob Schrader's on, too, the legislator from Herkimer County. He is from Herkimer, represents Herkimer, and we'll get the latest on the water problem. Also, there's a dog story in the town of Columbia.
Yeah, so we have it on our website if you want more details, WIBX950.com. But it kind of just is a reminder because Robert is the president of the Herkimer Humane Society's board. And I think it's important that people realize all that goes into having a dog. There's a lot of responsibilities to it, and it's not to pass judgment or to shame anybody. But there's a story out of Columbia, the town of Columbia, where originally a person brought in a dog saying, "I found this dog in the roadway," but it actually was the owners trying to pass it off as a stray to get rid of the dog. So. Just a reminder, and some of the reasons given were, the dog was chewing the pillows and pulling the plastic from the windows, and so
here's the thing, though: if you get a dog, this is the thing that I disagree with, and I'm going to disagree with you on this.
Okay,
if you get a dog and it's not working out, and you don't want the dog, we should make it easy to get rid of the dog, and I'll tell you why. Because otherwise, crap like this happens. When you got to pay $200, $300 to forfeit a dog, which you do.
Oh, I didn't
at the
realize
Humane
that.
Society. Yeah, it's like $250. So we should certainly make it easier because the last thing you want is someone who doesn't want a dog to have a dog.
Right, correct. And I think my point is not so much.
I get it. You get the
it.
dog with good intentions, and then it doesn't work out.
Right.
So what are you supposed to do? You should be able to get rid of the dog and get rid of the dog easily. It shouldn't cost you money to get rid of the dog. I'm sorry, because that is counterintuitive. You're working against. You're going to force people to keep a dog that don't want a dog.
And I'm glad that this situation...
or don't want that dog in particular.
Yeah.
I've been someone who has gotten a dog before that was very calm at the Humane Society. And a day later, that dog was climbing the walls and my kids, like knocking them. It was brutal. We kept the dog. We didn't get rid of it, but it was not what we had bargained for.
Yeah. And I guess what I'm saying is that, it's not to pass judgment. I'm glad that this was the situation that happened, that they ultimately did return it to the Humane Society. But, it's something to expect with a puppy sometimes.
Here's the question, though. If they didn't have to pay to bring the dog back, do you think they just would have brought the dog back?
I think so.
Without a story? Without found this dog in the road? It was. So that's my whole thing. Why would you want to have people forced to keep a dog that don't want that dog? Only something bad is going to come out of that. And, so raise money, have people donate money to cover the costs of bringing the dog back. I almost feel like it's a punishment. And and the other part is I'm not a fan of the shaming people. And it's kind of, I'm not saying that's where you were going, but I'm not a fan of that either. Sometimes you just get an animal. It's like your kid. You had no idea you were going to be giving birth to Hitler. I mean, I imagine Hitler's parents at some point were like, "Great, look who he turned out to be."
Yeah,
or maybe they loved him. Well, you're always going to love your child. I see so much of him when I look at me when I look at him. At the end of the day, let's look at this logically. That's all I'm saying. Because I know. I also
want to let people know that if you get a dog, they're gonna chew things. They're gonna tear things up.
I understand that.
I mean,
I understand that. However, when you get you may be an older couple and you can't handle that dog. It may be actually dangerous for you, and you go to return the dog, and people, let us help you train the dog. We'll do this. We'll do A, B, and C. No, I don't want the dog. Okay, I'm giving up the dog. Stop shaming me. I'm sorry. I'm on a different side of this, Andrew, for different personal reasons. I'm just telling you. And I'm not in a good mood because of last night. Maybe that's part of the problem.
I'm not either, damn it.
Anyway, we'll get to all that stuff this morning. Dolly Parton had a birthday over the weekend. And who's the female singer that got bombed on Friday night at the Grand Ole Opry?
I don't know.
Bombed and was, look it up. She went on stage bombed to the point where she's, the Grand Ole Opry on Saturday came out and apologized for the language. It's Rob Schneider's daughter, comedian
Elle King.
Elle King. She is the daughter of comedian Rob Schneider. And apparently...
Oh, my... This photo of her.
Oh, yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad. Anyway, Dolly Parton celebrating her 78th birthday. Here's a little bit of audio to celebrate her 78th birthday. Here we go.
Here's a little gal that I know you're going to really learn to love. She ain't no dumb blonde, though. Pretty Miss Dolly Parton.
Just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, 'cause this dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool. Jolene, 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 will always love you. Islands in the stream. Thank you, Kenny.
Dolly
What a great
Parton,
honor.
you are now and forever a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Here you come again, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
It is my pleasure to induct you into the Rock and Roll Hall of
Oh, boy. Dolly Parton. What a great career, Dolly Parton. Right? 78 years old, and she really doesn't look like she's 78. I don't know how old she looks.
No. She's done well to mask that with
as she says, this costs a lot of money to look like this.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll break and come back here. Coming up, speak with Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio on this averted, or hopefully averted, government shutdown as we kick that can down the road once again. Gotta love it. So much more. Hope Mike's free money question today. Give you a chance to win 100 or more. We'll see what Davey comes up with. We'll get to all of that coming up. 6:39 at WIBX.
Are you ready for a buying experience like no other? Head to Steve Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. They're bursting with inventory. Over 100 brand new Chevys on the lot. Check out the newly redesigned Chevy Trax or power through any terrain with their all-wheel drive Chevy Trailblazer or Chevy Equinox. Looking for something sturdy? Their lot is loaded with Chevy Silverados, the epitome of strength and reliability. And get $6,000 off or take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.9%. Steve Ponte Chevy. Find new roads with incredible savings. Visit them on Route 28 in Herkimer or at StevePonteChevy.com. See why it's always easy to do business at Steve Ponte Chevy.
$6,000 off 2024 LT or RST Silverado with 2.7-liter engine. Must currently own or lease 2010 or newer Chevy car or truck. $2,500 must trade in 2010 or newer car or truck to eligible model or 1.9% with qualifying credit through GM Financial. One tier, 36 months. Offer ends 1/31/24.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Did you know that municipal bonds are a way for investors to support civil projects while earning federally tax-free income? The Erie Canal, which led to the expansion of the United States into the Midwest in the 1800s, was financed with municipal bonds. Are you looking to bridge the gap between the income of your working years and the income needed in retirement? Municipal bonds might provide the solution you're looking for. Henyon & Walsh is a leading specialist in tax-free municipal bonds and has provided investors with quality service and personal attention since 1990. Call now to receive their informative bond guide absolutely free. Dial 1-800-761-9761 to learn how to earn retirement income while keeping your taxes at bay. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for a copy of their informative bond guide for free. No cost, no obligation. 1-800-761-9761. Henyon & Walsh Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC.
Whatever happened to Tony Horton, the guy who created the revolutionary P90X?
2017, I was knocked down. A very rare type of shingles that went straight into my brain. My body was completely wasting away. I started researching everything related to building my muscle back again. That's when I learned about the potential of HMB plus vitamin D3 and what they can do when it comes to helping build new muscle.
So Tony developed high-impact protein by Power Life.
Just add 1 scoop of high-impact protein to a glass of water or your morning smoothie and enjoy the effects of that boss molecule and factory worker combination. Reshaping your body each and every day. More energy, burn more fat, and probably drop a few pounds along the way.
High-impact protein by Power Life is a tasty once-a-day powder that comes in either whey or plant protein. Go to mypowerlife.com and use code MUSCLE to save 30%. Tony even offers a 90-day guarantee. Go to mypowerlife.com or text MUSCLE to 511-511. Text MUSCLE to 511-511 today. All individuals are unique. Your results can and will vary. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code NAKED and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code NAKED. LumeDeodorant.com, code NAKED for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code NAKED.
Hey, it's the final weeks of the New York Sash Buy 2 windows, get 1 free sale. Have you noticed your windows are drafty? Heating bills are high? Are your window frames old or rotted? Do you have storm windows on? These are just some of the reasons why it could be time to upgrade to a New York Sash premium replacement window. Something we did at our home and are about to do once again, and then we'll have all of the windows replaced. Not only are they custom made for your home, but they're custom made for central New York weather. And sometimes, as it did over the weekend, it gets very, very cold, and other times, very, very warm, i.e. the summer. Buy 2, get 1 free goes on right now. Buy 4, get 2 free, etc., etc. It happens, but there's only a few weeks left. So head to New York Sash, check out their windows on display, or go online to newyorksash.com to set up the free price quote. You'll be happy you did at New York Sash.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, it's 6:45. By the way, National Popcorn Day was Friday. That makes sense. Friday, a movie
Listen,
day.
let's celebrate it again.
I don't know.
Why
I
not?
had the wrong day up. But I will say that I have audio of the Elle King. Is that how you say her name?
I think
Elle
so,
King?
yes.
She is Rob Schneider, the daughter of Rob Schneider, comedian Rob Schneider. Wasn't he on SNL?
He was.
Rob
yes.
Schneider? Yeah. Anyway, she's being accused of disrespecting Dolly Parton at Friday night's celebration of Dolly's 78th birthday at the Grand Ole Opry and Ryman Auditorium by performing drunk and using much profanity. Here's part of her rant after she got done with one of her songs. She basically went where she leveled with the audience. Let me be honest with you. Let me just be honest. Here we go.
You ain't getting your money back. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing is true. Good, because you ain't getting it. That's it. I'll tell you one thing more. Hi, my name is Elle King. I'm hammered.
I'm blanking hammered.
We're celebrating Dolly's birthday the good old-fashioned way. Yeah, go ahead and tell them I'm celebrating Dolly's birthday. We celebrating Dolly's
Okay, you couldn't even understand her. It was
What?
pretty bad.
I'll celebrate a birthday in one way or two. Elle, let's give him one of yours. How about that? I don't know. Go ahead. Why don't you give me this? Let me see. I'll tell you one thing. I can barely play another person's song. Let me see if I can play one of mine.
Oh, boy.
I have to tell you, one time...
That was another female member of her band that was saying, hey, how about we do one of yours? Maybe the memory will kick in.
One time, Toby Keith was at the Turning Stone, and this was back when I was still working down the hallway, and so we got to meet him, and it was his birthday. It was the day of the show. So he was drinking pretty hard during the backstage meet and greet, and then we went out and watched the concert, and he had to be like, he was pretty inebriated, and like to the point where his roadie would come. Those guys are supposed to be like almost invisible.
After the show or before the show?
This was before the show.
Oh boy!
So he was putting them back on his birthday before, and usually when a roadie guy comes out to switch guitars, it's seamless. He's almost invisible, right? Mm-hmm. Well, in this one instance, he came out and he was holding the guitar, and Toby Keith wasn't grabbing it, so he was just standing there. Yeah. Hey, it happens sometimes.
Well,
I guess.
it does, and you don't want to do that before you're ready to go out on stage, I guess, right?
No.
How about the news Friday about Sports Illustrated laying off most of its staff? Many guys were concerned about the future of Sports Illustrated, not for sports coverage, but, for the great swimsuit issue.
Yes.
Which is one of those that probably sells pretty well, I would think. People who normally don't buy Sports Illustrated will buy Sports Illustrated for the swimsuit issue. But the problem you're having is magazines are just really struggling.
Yeah, they are. I think any print media is really in trouble. Yeah.
And so how much longer will it be around? Maybe a digital version of it. But they struggle trying to figure out ways to make the digital versions work. So take it for what it is. I don't know. But they've laid off a lot of people. Today is National Hot Sauce Day. Do you have a favorite hot sauce?
I think Frank's, if I'm being frank.
Which isn't necessarily a really hot sauce.
Right. No, it's just a good flavor.
And they're advertising Frank's Red Hot a lot right now.
Yes, they
See
are.
it all over TV.
Yes, they are.
Video footage of a plane's engine shooting out fire as it made an emergency landing at Miami International Airport in Florida is making the rounds.
I saw this.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Here's audio from a woman who recorded from the ground after she began seeing flames trailing from the plane. And aviation expert Jeff Gazzuti theorizing on what may be going on with the plane while the flames were shooting out. Here we go.
Oh my God, it's on fire. Oh my God.
Well, it appears to me that something is occurring inside of that engine. Perhaps a fan blade or turbine blade liberated, broke and came out, which would indicate an uncontained engine failure.
Broke and came out versus liberated. I would say broke and came out.
Yeah,
probably
right.
Better off using that language. And then one more I thought was kind of interesting. Thieves cut. You know how thieves are. Someone will have they'll go out and their catalytic converter will be gone, right?
Yeah, there's also the copper plumbing issue.
Copper plumbing. You see air conditioners.
I recently showed a house that had just recently been. There was evidence
robbed.
it just recently happened. Yeah.
Thieves cut down the tower of an Oklahoma radio station, KITX, in order to steal the copper off of the broadcast tower.
Wow.
Cost around $500,000 in damage, and thieves walked away with most likely about $100 worth of copper. Here's Will Payne of Payne Media Group talking about the tower that was basically taken down.
They either use wire cutters or something really similar to that, and they just cut the guide wires on the top section, and that set of guide wires, after that, that's when it folded and came to the ground. We need to be able to reach the citizens of Northeast Texas and Southeast Oklahoma with life-saving information. And you've taken our voice off the air needlessly for, $100 worth of copper? Shame on you.
Yeah. A man and a woman in their 30s were arrested for the alleged theft. The sheriff's department believes the copper is worth much more than $100 because they ruined the station's lower tower and building. It turns out about $500,000 in damage was done.
Which for most radio stations
came down.
Is very, very expensive.
That's pretty expensive, yeah. Probably, the average salary of one of their DJs, $500,000 a year. That people have their. I don't know if you had to look under your car and point it out. Would you know what the catalytic converter is?
Nope.
But these people do. They get in underneath there, then they get confused. Sometimes they cut out more. They could cause a lot of damage. Congress is averting a possible shutdown, but it was just a temporary fix once again. How long will this fix be? Ryan Schmelz has been extensively covering this story. And he's on the line right now. Ryan, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Sorry about the Bills, guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You brought it back.
Yeah.
You brought it back.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're rooting for his team now, right, Andrew?
The Ravens?
He's a Ravens fan.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm pulling for them all the way now.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I was at the game on Saturday, and I have never seen the stadium that insane. So it was quite an experience.
Well, listen, it is what it is. And so now, just decimate Kansas City.
do
what
our
I'm
best.
looking for. All right. So once again, we kicked the can down the road. This time, what do we have? Like 6? How long is this going to? 6 weeks, not 6 months.
Yeah, we have until March 1st until we're facing another partial government shutdown. So essentially what they're going to need to do before then is that they have to pass what's called these appropriations bills. So they're individual spending bills that fund each part of the government. And I believe the House has passed about 7 of them so far. The Senate has passed about 3 or so. So essentially each chamber will pass their bills. They'll negotiate them. Then they'll send them back to each chamber and then send it to the president's desk after all of them pass.
So, I kind of feel like they would want to come up with some solution, being that this is an election year.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, the way to look at it is that, Congress has not operated or at least passed a full budget in decades. I believe Clinton was the last time we saw this happen.
Yeah.
They've been operating under what's called omnibus bills, which is you take all of these appropriations bills, you cram them into one giant piece of legislation, and then you send it to the president's desk after it passes Congress.
Mm-hmm.
And many members of Congress kind of put their foot in the ground and said, well, wait a minute, every single year we do this where we get up against a December government shutdown deadline, and then we just do an entire omnibus, and these members are given thousands of pages that they can't read or that they're supposed to read within a 24-hour period. And that's just simply not enough time and not a way we should be doing government. So we've got to do this appropriations process, which is supposed to be 12 bills. But at the same time, it's been a little bit of a challenge for Congress to do this.
Yeah. Well, especially in that it's so divided, right? Even the parties are so divided.
Yeah, and that's kind of been what's been a huge issue for them when it comes to passing this. The Republicans have slim majorities, so they're trying to pass these bills along party lines and making them as conservative as possible to give them leverage with the Senate. But when they only can lose, 2, 3, 4 votes, and you get somebody who doesn't like the bill because it cuts, a certain piece of funding from their district, or there's a number of other reasons for it. The New York Republicans were the ones who sank one not too long ago, the Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Bill, because there were cuts to the New York Metro system. So you run into issues like that, and then on top of that, you're dealing with another situation where, they couldn't negotiate top-line spending numbers or come to an agreement on that. So that was a big reason for the delay. And then you factor in the fact that they spent 3 weeks dealing with Speaker McCarthy being ousted and trying to elect a new speaker.
Right.
That was another reason why they couldn't get it done on time.
Okay, interesting stuff. So we'll be revisiting this story in about 4 weeks.
Maybe. Hopefully we'll revisit it before then if they're able
It's
to
like
pass some of
Groundhog
these bills
Day.
before then. But we'll see.
That would be nice. All right, good stuff there, Ryan, as always. Thank you. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Ryan, go
Ravens.
Go Ravens. Yeah.
Yes.
Ravens.
Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Did you see that? So DoorDash is giving up on alcohol delivery.
Really?
But they're not.
Okay.
So there is a service out there that during COVID, DoorDash had purchased, and I'm trying to come up with the name of it, and I can't seem to find the name of it. But that service, DoorDash is saying they are discontinuing that service. In fact, I saw a commercial running for it yesterday. So if you recall, this was a big need during COVID, right?
Yeah.
People needed to get their alcohol. You didn't want to go out. Nobody wanted to go out to the store. So there was this. I know you're looking it up, and I can't find the name of it.
I can't find it either.
I had it, but it's gone now. Anyway, it's owned by DoorDash. They're closing that company down. And basically, you're going to be able, on DoorDash, just to order alcohol.
Yeah, they're doing away with that third party there.
That third-party company, which they own, is going away. Their delivery of alcohol, however, is not. So you can still go to DoorDash, and as long as you can prove your age, I believe you have to prove that you're an adult, and they will deliver alcohol to your door. And a lady ordered a box of cookies through DoorDash, and when the driver showed up, she noticed the box was open. Meanwhile, the man had said, I don't know what you're talking about, but the delivery guy had chocolate all over his face. Here she is actually confronting him. Audio.
My box of cookies, why is it open? It's open. The box is open. Why is it open? You was eating it. You got chocolate on your mouth.
No.
You got chocolate right there on your mouth. You was eating my cookies?
Yeah.
You was eating them. It's open.
Open.
I'm reporting you to DoorDash.
Okay. She'll get a refund. She'll get a full refund for her cookies. DoorDash is pretty good with that. All right, news coming up straight ahead on Monday morning at WIBX.
For a limited time at Mattress Express, qualified buyers will get 60 months to pay on any purchase $1,500 or higher with no money down. That includes all brands of mattresses in the store and massage chairs. See store for details.
The IBEW Local 43 and the National Electrical Contractors Association have been a part of Central New York for over 100 years. The IBEW state-of-the-art training facility offers classroom instruction as well as everyday on-the-job construction training. From the Carrier Dome to our local hospitals, malls, schools, and city buildings, Central New York's future is bright, and the IBEW Local 43 will continue to help light, power, and grow our community.
IBEW Nika.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Hey, to social engineering and leftist corporations, do they make you feel like we're kind of living in the twilight zone? Well, you're not alone. Now, our friends at Pure Talk, my wireless company, they know the silent majority is fed up, and I'm calling on all of those Americans, stand with a company that champions your values. The average family is saving almost $1,000 a year. Dial pound 250, say the keyword SAVE NOW. Do it now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month from our friends at Pure Talk.
At Mattress Express, get a queen flex head bed with adjustable base and a set of sheets for $14.99. Qualified buyers get no money down and up to 60 months to pay. A flex head bed is where each head goes up and down independently, but it's still one solid mattress. See store for details.
WIBX, Utica, Rome.
It's a one-on-one, one day before New Hampshire. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's after Ron DeSantis dropped out of the Republican presidential race.
I can't ask our supporters to volunteer their time and donate their resources if we don't have a clear path to victory.
The Florida governor then threw his support behind former President Trump, who tells Fox.
I was honored that he endorsed me this quickly. I mean, it's not easy. Look, it's not easy. He fought hard, spent a lot of money. And a lot of people thought he'd do well. You know, I was leading from the beginning.
Now, his only challenger left is Nikki Haley, who put out a statement.
So far, only one state has voted. Half of its votes went to Donald Trump, and half did not. We're not a country of core nations. Voters deserve a say in whether we go down the road of Trump and Biden again, or we go down a new conservative road.
That's Fox's Brian Yanis from Epping, New Hampshire, where he attended
her largest campaign rally in New Hampshire yet. Over 1,000 people, according to the campaign, were at the high school auditorium, in part to also see TV star Judge Judy, who says she traveled 1,700 miles to be here. She praised Haley inside that auditorium, saying that she has poise.
Now, President Biden's not on the New Hampshire ballot tomorrow, as Democrats recognize South Carolina's primary first next month. Today, he'll meet with his task force on reproductive health care on the 51st anniversary of the Supreme Court decision legalizing abortion. Democrats have made that a big issue after the recent Supreme Court ruling gave states the right to ban abortions. The search at sea is over for 2 U.S. Navy SEALs never found, declared dead.
The pair did go missing on the 11th of January during an operation off the coast of Somalia. They were part of a nighttime commando team that was attempting to board a small boat in rough seas. One fell into the water and the other went after him. The boat they were trying to seize was filled with Iranian weapon components for ballistic and cruise missiles headed for Yemen.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain.
until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95 and comes with our Feel Better or Your Money Back guarantee. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time, 7:03. I'm Andrew Derminio. 17 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Utica police have released more information regarding the victim in Wednesday night's homicide. Police have identified him as 17-year-old Tavion Carter of Utica. Police continue to extend their deepest condolences to his family. The Utica Police Department is actively investigating the death and following up on all leads. Officials say they know that individuals possess knowledge of this crime and ask the community to assist them by coming forward so that a successful resolution can be had in the case. Some brand new data shows the spread of the flu virus is slowly on the decline across central New York during the week ending January 13. The county with the highest number of infections was Onondaga County with 281. That was followed by Oneida County with 125 and Oswego County with 105. Anyone who has not received their flu shot yet can find a clinic at vaccines.gov. Syracuse police are continuing their investigation into a weekend fight at Destiny USA. They say a brawl broke out on Saturday night in the food court of the shopping center. A man in his 20s needed treatment for a hand injury that may have been caused by a knife, and that person is expected to be okay. The mall did not need to be evacuated, and witnesses are asked to come forward by calling 315-442-5222. Area drivers are saving a bit of their hard-earned money when it comes to filling up their vehicles. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular gas in the Utica-Rome area is sitting at $3.30. That's down 6 cents in the last week and is also 13 cents lower than this time a month ago. Currently, the state average is $3.26 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.07. And additional information has been released on a crash in Syracuse that took the life of a 59-year-old woman. On Saturday, Gloria Hill was a passenger in a vehicle that was traveling on North Salina Street. That's when 25-year-old Takesha Horge allegedly went through a red light and triggered a collision at the intersection of Catawba Street. Hill was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital, and Horge is facing multiple charges, including DWI and vehicular manslaughter. WIBX 950 News Time is 7:06. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint, brought to you by Stanley's Center of the Arts, presenting the Standards and Stories with Tony Danza, April 6th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. We'll see an increase in clouds today with highs in the low to mid-30s. Overnight, a slight chance of snow showers, cloudy with a low in the upper 20s. Then tomorrow, we'll see snow showers mainly in the afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-30s. Right now, we're at 17 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. It is 7:06. Sports brought to you by IBEW 43 Local. The road to the Super Bowl has come to a devastating end for the Buffalo Bills as the team suffered a heartbreaking loss at home. Buffalo kicker Tyler Bass missed a 44-yard field goal attempt with under 2 minutes left as his squad fell to the Chiefs 27-24 last night. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen had 2 rushing scores and threw a touchdown for the Bills. He really was incredible for most of the game. Their 6-game winning streak was snapped. Buffalo has never won a Super Bowl in franchise history, and hopefully they'll get back there next year. Other games that were disappointing, my Green Bay Packers fell to the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 24-21, a game they should have won. They were the better team, but the number one seeds are moving on to the AFC and NFC Conference Championships, respectively. That will see the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Detroit Lions, and the Buffalo Ravens will host the Kansas City Chiefs, hopefully.
I realize you want Buffalo there, but it's the Baltimore Ravens. A little mental faux
Freudian
pas.
slip. Sorry
Yes.
about that. Anyway, so those are the matchups for Conference Championship weekend. On the local side, the Utica Riggies, as they were branded on Sunday, lost to the Texas Outlaws in overtime 9-8, the final score there. Utica Comets lost 2 this weekend. They were home against the Rochester Americans, losing 2-1 on Friday. They lost in Syracuse Saturday by a score of 5-2. But the Utica University Men's Pioneers had a great weekend with 2 home games against Lebanon Valley. They won 5-2 on Saturday and won 7-1 on Sunday. I'll get through it. WIBX 950 news time is 7:08.
All right, coming up this weekend for the conference championships, the tailgate party. It's an annual tailgate party that happens at the Waterfront Grill with Mark Butler and with Rocky Fiato. They put on an amazing spread. It's a great event, 1 to 5 this Saturday. And every year, Rocky and Mark put together a masterpiece, usually written by Mark Butler, of a commercial to promote the event. Here is the 2024 masterpiece via audio. Check it out. Here we go. Oh, apparently I need to do... That was the end of it?
Rocky, buddy, what's wrong? You look kind of down. Oh, I always get this way when the season's over. Don't worry about it. A lot of people get depressed when the Christmas season's over.
Christmas? Humbug, I say. Christmas is just a way for other people to make money. I'm talking about the end of the football season.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rock. So what can we do to cheer you up?
Well, a party's always nice. You know, how about during the NFL championship games on Sunday, January 28th?
Hey, that's a great idea. We could do it at the Waterfront Grill in Herkimer. We can invite our friends and have sponsors, have a buffet, music, drinks, prize drawings, and we could call it a tailgate party.
Now you're getting me into the spirit of the season. We could charge $25 per person and donate all our proceeds to local charities. We can put the fun back into fundraising.
Feeling better, Rock?
I always do when I can give money away. In fact, I'm feeling so giddy, I'm buying everyone their first drink. God bless.
That's the 2024 annual tailgate party from 1 till 5 this Sunday at the Waterfront Grill. Great way to shake off those post-holiday blues, those post-Bills and Packer blues. It'll be this Sunday, 1 till 5. We'll be there, and it benefits charity. And when Rock says donating the proceeds, we're talking about everything that comes in will go to the charities. Pretty cool. That includes the Humane Society and also the Hunger Coalition down there in Herkimer County. 1 to 5, Waterfront Grill in Herkimer. It's 7:10. Coming up, we'll talk to John Zogby about the New Hampshire primaries, the Republican primaries, and it's been a while with John. We'll speak with him coming up next on WIBX.
She's running around. Her breath doesn't smell. Her digestive system is perfect. It has made such a huge difference.
What did this dog parent do for their dog? She switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-sized bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
You've put off getting a new bed. You really want a new bed. Let's be honest, you probably need a new bed. Kevin Fear from Mattress Express, and I have the answer for you for the new year. Any purchase in the store, $1,500 or more, qualify and sign up and get up to 60 months to pay with no money down. Don't give us a nickel. You heard me right, up to 60 months to pay, no money down. That includes our full lineup of massage chairs. And yes, it includes Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh & Lavish, and more. You can get pre-qualified at mattressexpressny.com. Look for the 15-second express credit app. Stop into any store. No appointment necessary. We'd be happy to qualify you in store. And you can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. See store for details.
Get ready for this week's half-off Thursday deal with SeizeTheDeal.com. Score your half-off gift certificate to Joey's Pizzeria this Thursday morning starting at 8. Get $50 for $25 with Seize the Deal's half-off Thursday. Joey's Pizzeria on Upper Turin Road in Rome is your go-to place for New York-style hand-tossed pizza and authentic Italian dinners. Enjoy great food and great service at Joey's Pizzeria. Visit joeyspizzeriany.com for more info. Get your half-off Thursday gift certificates this Thursday from Joey's Pizzeria. Hurry, they sell out fast at SeizeTheDeal.com.
A lot of Kanoi's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Riskin & Garage would like to thank our customers for once again voting us the best destination for tires in the Utica area. Huge selection, great prices on name brand tires, and our service will crush the internet retailers and chain stores. Take it away, Monster Truck Guy.
For brakes, tires, funny noises, warning lights, or any auto repair needs, come and experience prompt and courteous service at Riskin & Garage. Online at ogtires.com. Come on, say it with me and make that noise. ogtires.com.
She's running around. Her breath doesn't smell. Her digestive system is perfect. It has made such a huge difference.
What did this dog parent do for their dog? She switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-sized bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Hey, River Hills Properties is the #1 independent real estate agency in the area, throughout the region. And #2, if you include the big chains. It's all about services provided, the things they do every single day for people selling and buying homes. The book, 40 to 100 pages, filled with everything there is to know about the house, when improvements were made, when the furnace warranty is up, when the addition was put on, and what materials were used, etc., etc. Everything about the home in the book, and it goes with the home and also goes to every prospective buyer. And every time your house is shown, you don't have to worry about people going through your home without anyone there by using the lockbox. Your listing agent is there every time the house is shown. That's the River Hills way. Why wouldn't you list with River Hills Properties? In Barneveld, Little Falls, and Utica, but servicing all of upstate New York. Online, it's riverhillspropertiesllc.com. Call 315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
A couple comments here on Trump's pick for VP. Mike says, traditionally you pick a VP from a state that might be a toss-up. Trump is certainly not a traditional candidate and holds loyalty to him as the number one criteria for his choice. And there's no one you're going to find that's any more loyal than Elise Stefanik out there right now. Man, she is all in. Richard on Trump. He will never be elected president with his history. Do you believe that? I believe Haley will close the gap and overtake him. But if he runs against a Democrat, he can't win. Trump will get destroyed with facial news till Election Day. That must be a typo. I don't know what that is. Also, what is Andrew talking about with the average gas price at $3?
I did not say $3.
What'd you say it was?
I said $3.30.
$3.30 is the average price. Right. That's what he's saying. What is Andrew saying? $3.30 a gallon. There are places under $3 right now. In Washington Mills, it's $2.93. But this is an
average gas price.
So you have low, high, and then they average out, and it's coming in at about $3.30.
If you don't believe me, go to the AAA website.
And technically, Richard, he's only quoting AAA. So when he says it, he says according to AAA. So it's not Andrew's reporting of them. Although we have sent him out to poll every gas station.
Let me go drive around. Or maybe you could do it, Richard.
Is that Oneida
Get out of the house.
Is that Oneida County we're talking about?
The Utica Rome area.
Utica Rome area. All right, a pleasure to have John Zogby back. John, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Hi.
Happy New Year.
And to you, too.
So here we are to New Hampshire. I don't know if you heard the comment that our listener had that Trump has no chance, doesn't feel he'll become the nominee, which I'm not sure about that. And then saying that if he goes against a Democrat, which he ultimately would, that he cannot win. I'm not sure I'm that confident about those statements.
I have to stick with the numbers, and the numbers certainly go the opposite way of that comment. At least for now, Trump is on the path to victory in New Hampshire. There are a couple of scenarios where he maybe doesn't win New Hampshire, but those are pretty remote. If he wins New Hampshire, he goes on for the nomination. But at least where we stand at this point in time in the general election, Trump is leading in most, not all, but most of the battleground states. He's leading nationally. It's tight between him and Biden, but there's certainly, despite anyone's feelings or despite anyone's knowledge of independence, at this point in time, it's very competitive between him and Biden.
And don't you find it to be very difficult to see a court determining that he is ineligible? The reality is a felon can become a president.
That is the reality. The 14th Amendment, as displayed in the Colorado Supreme Court, that argument is interesting, compelling. I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but anyone who participated in an insurrection is ineligible. We'll have to see how the Supreme Court rules on that. There's going to be some politics involved in that, despite the best efforts on the part of the Supreme Court to say that politics won't be involved.
And what's your assessment of Biden and the Democrats?
Well, most Democrats will tell you privately, some publicly, that they wish that he wasn't running. On the other hand, they will say that he is the only one who has beaten Donald Trump, and that he needs to get his message back on track, that he has something to run on. But I think the big problem that Biden faces is where age and lack of inspiration kind of intersect with each other. Back in 2020, he was able to come off as Uncle Joe, steady hand of experience, some gravitas. a message that after some chaos of the Trump years, here's somebody in, to kind of smooth things over. The problem, I think, right now is despite some better economic news and a record of accomplishment, Biden doesn't appear to be in a position to sit down and tell folks, look, I made things better. Look, you're better off than you were 4 years ago. He, excuse me, he kind of lacks that inspirational message.
And then I have Mike saying, how about Biden just admitting that the border is not secure? The southern border is, there's no doubt, is a real problem for him, especially with Republicans.
It's a very big issue. It's a big issue, especially among Republicans, less so, among Democrats. But, no one's going to stand up there and say we lost this battle, especially when there are potential solutions, and it's a question of Congress not wanting to get together, compromise, and provide those solutions. So what Democrats are forced to do is to go where their strengths are, and their strengths are on the abortion issue, on student loan forgiveness, on things like that.
And then on a congressional level, here in New York, of course, we're redrawing the lines all over again. Crazy, right?
It is crazy because we had, I'm doing air quotes here, an independent commission initially, which actually drew up the worst imaginable. I mean, it wasn't even a gift to the Democrats. It was a complete capitulation, which lost all kinds of credibility for independent commissions, and then it tilted all the way over in the other direction. And in a year, 2022, when Republicans did badly in an off-year election, they actually picked up several seats in New York. Where that dust settles, I don't know, but it could be critical. New York State can be critical for who controls Congress next year.
It's going to be very interesting to, what does Brandon Williams do? What does Claudia Tenney do? I mean, she's in right now a very safe district out to the west. But depending on what happens, she could make a decision that she's going to come back to New Hartford. I mean, anything could happen with all of this.
Anything can happen. I have no inside track. I think anybody who tells you they have an inside track is dissembling, which is a fancy word for lying.
Yeah. Okay. You dissembler.
That's our word for the day.
I like it. All right, John, feel better. I know you've been under the weather, and it's great to have you back on. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Good to talk to you.
All right, John Zogby with Zogby Strategies.
He is always a very good voice, quite impartial, and it's always good to hear him.
Well, listen, today we are in a world where everybody seems to be sick these days, right? Everybody's coughing or hacking up a lung these days, but glad to see he is doing better
on the mend.
All right, let me break. Coming up, Andrew will do an update on the news. It's Monday morning. We'll do our free money question of the day. Davey, a little bit on the downside today with the Buffalo Bills last night. What a rough one. What a rough one. At the end of the day, though, do you agree with me on this, Davey, that had they had they actually made the field goal at the end, there was still 2 minutes on the clock. Kansas City probably would have marched right down and kicked a field goal for the win.
Right you are.
Kind of feel like that would have happened anyway. Got a break. Hold tight. 7:26 at WIBX.
Are you ready for a buying experience like no other? Head to Steve Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. They're bursting with inventory. Over 100 brand new Chevys on the lot. Check out the newly redesigned Chevy Trax or power through any terrain with their all-wheel drive Chevy Trailblazer or Chevy Equinox. Looking for something sturdy? Their lot is loaded with Chevy Silverados, the epitome of strength and reliability. And get $6,000 off or take advantage of interest rates rates as low as 1.9%. Steve Ponte Chevy. Find new roads with incredible savings. Visit them on Route 28 in Herkimer or at stevepontechevy.com. See why it's always easy to do business at Steve Ponte Chevy.
$6,000 off 2024 LT or RST Silverado with 2.7-liter engine. Must currently own or lease 2010 or newer Chevy car or truck. 2,500 must trade in 2010 or newer car or truck to eligible model or 1.9% with qualifying credit through GM Financial. One tier, 36 months. Offer ends 1/31/24.
A lot of Kanoi's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and holding a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Perfect for retirees with extra time. Help drive our future leaders with Whitesboro Central School Transportation. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage. 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
DismeCoins.com is the best site online to purchase Trump commemorative coins because no one else features the exclusive Ultra MAGA Trump coin line. Whether it's Let's Go Brandon or Still My President, each and every coin is made right here in the USA on machines built in America by Americans who love this country. These are collectibles, so when they're gone, they're gone. These coins make a wonderful gift for yourself or for the Trump memorabilia collector in your life with free shipping for orders over $400 at DismeCoins.com. That's DISME coins.com.
Hey, right now, save on a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle at Steve Ponte Mazda. Ricky Z says, come on in, where we only select the best of the best late model Mazda vehicles for you to choose from. They offer award-winning Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles with a 160-point inspection and the 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. The other thing is when you drive in, they have this wonderful garage that you drive into, which is perfect for the winter months. When you need any service done on your vehicle, and you just get out, not out in the elements at all, and they have a loaner for you. They just treat you so well. And if you need a lower price or payment on a certified pre-owned vehicle, just say to Rick, I need a lower payment. And he'll say, let's make your deal on a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle. And see why their customers always say, it's always easy to do business at Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. 7:30 at WIBX.
Good morning. We're at 17 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Utica police have released more information regarding the victim in Wednesday night's homicide. Police have identified him as 17-year-old Tavion Carter of Utica. Police continue to extend their deepest condolences to his family, and they're actively investigating the death and following up on all leads arising. Officials say they know that individuals possess knowledge of this crime and are pleading with the community to assist them by coming forward so a successful resolution can be had in this case. Syracuse police are continuing their investigation into a weekend brawl at Destiny USA. They say a fight broke out on Saturday night in the food court of the shopping center. A man in his 20s needed treatment for a hand injury that may have been caused by a knife, and that person is expected to be okay. The mall did not need to be evacuated, and witnesses are asked to come forward by contacting Syracuse police. Some brand new data shows the spread of the flu virus is slowly on the decline across central New York. During the week ending January 13th, the county with the highest number of infections was Onondaga County with 281. That was followed by Oneida County with 125, and Oswego County saw 105 cases. Anyone who has not received their flu shot yet can find a clinic at vaccines.gov. Area drivers are still saving a bit of their hard-earned money when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular gas in the Utica-Rome area is sitting at $3.30. That's down 6 cents from last week and is also 13 cents lower than this time a month ago. Currently, the state average is $3.26 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.07. And the road to the Super Bowl, unfortunately, has come to an end for the Buffalo Bills as the team suffered a heartbreaking loss at home. Buffalo kicker Tyler Bass missed a 44-yard field goal wide right with under 2 minutes left as his squad fell to the Chiefs 27-24. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen had an awesome game, rushing for 2 touchdowns, throwing 1 as well. Their 6-game winning streak was snapped, and Buffalo has never been to a Super Bowl or has never won a Super Bowl in franchise history. They've been to plenty. You know what they say, there's always next year. WIBX 950 News Time, 7:33. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint. For today, we will see an increase in clouds with highs in the low to mid-30s. Overnight, a chance of snow showers, cloudy with a low in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, we'll see snow showers, mainly in the afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-30s. Right now, it's 16 degrees under cloudy skies at 7:33.
All right, I want to bring in meteorologist Craig Flint, if we can, here from Eyewitness News. Craig, good morning.
Good morning, Keeler. How you doing?
Well, I love a good warm-up, and it looks like we're going to be dealing with that this week.
Yeah. As we get into the middle of the week here, temperatures will get at least into the low 40s as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and probably into Friday before it starts to cool off again into the weekend. But as we go into the upcoming weekend, it certainly doesn't look nearly as cold as what we're dealing with this morning. Temperatures in the teens this morning, and then over this past weekend, it was pretty cold.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty cold. There's no doubt about it. And then it does look that even though we'll be up in the mid-40s, it looks like by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mm-hmm. Then it cools off a little bit into the 30s, but then it seems to be the trend right now that we're going to be trending a little bit warmer.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we look back at the winter, when we get out the other side of this and we look back at the winter, the worst part of the winter will be just what we are going through right now, or what we just went through. So going forward, I'm not saying that there's not going to be any more snowstorms, but I think that's probably the worst of the cold that winter is going to have to offer this coming year.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I will say there is going to be some snow tomorrow as the warmer air comes in. So we get into the afternoon tomorrow. It could get a little messy, especially for the later commute before it goes to mix and rain as temperatures get into the 40s. But tomorrow in the afternoon could be snowy.
Okay. Any significant accumulation? Just messy?
I'd say it'd probably be a 1 to 2, 2 to 4 wet snow as it comes in the afternoon. So you got to remember, we're in late January now, and we're going into February. So the thing that I'm going to have to start taking account for is the sun angle is getting higher in the sky again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the daylight is increasing. So we get towards the end of the month, it's really going to start to here.
I have noticed that it's like 5:20 in the late afternoon, and it's still not completely dark as of that time. All of a sudden, so we're moving in the right direction.
Yes, sir, we are.
Love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. All right, Craig. As always, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Nothing wrong with things warming up just a little bit.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Take care.
Have a great day. Have a great week. Meteorologist Craig Flint with Eyewitness News. All right, Davey, we're looking for how much this morning is our jackpot this morning, according to you? $100 on the line. And what are we doing? What caller number are you looking for?
Caller 10.
10th caller through the lines, your chance to win from the Hobeika Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobeika, and WIVX. Caller number 10 at 315-736-0186. Then we'll speak with the new mayor of Utica, Mayor Mike Galime, on the most recent two homicides in Utica, both underage kids. The youth violence is becoming a bit of a crisis in Utica. We'll speak with the mayor about that as well. Davey's looking for caller 10 right now, 315-736-0186 at WIBX.
Ready for a smoother, safer ride? Look to Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Tallman's and their professional staff is there for answers, advice, and quality tires at a great price. And right now, Tallman's, when you purchase 4 Summit tires, you'll get installation, mounting, and balancing absolutely free. Summit tires are great quality and your best value in Central New York. And free installation when you purchase 4 tires is an amazing deal. Don't miss out. This offer ends January 31st, 2024. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Online at Tallman'sTire.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code NAKED and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code NAKED. LumeDeodorant.com, code NAKED for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code NAKED.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Can I confess something? I'm going to tell you something. I'm so messed up. My sleep patterns are so stinking messed up since having COVID. Dr. Hall was talking about this last week, saying not only do you end up with always being exhausted, but you also have what did he call it, like an unsettled sleep pattern. So you end up waking up and then you can't sleep. I'm dealing with that. So I'm like always tired and I can't sleep.
Yeah, I didn't get to bed
Post-COVID.
till late. I think it was not the COVID. It was just the depression of the 2 losses.
My point was, while watching the Bills game last night, at one point, completely fell asleep. And I woke up to the point where, and it is, and Kansas City will be going to Baltimore.
Don't you wish you'd rather just have slept through it?
I woke up to that line.
Ugh.
Like, you've got to, how did I fall asleep during this? Ryan is in Whitesboro. It's Hobica's free money question of the day. Joseph and Andrew Hobica, for all your legal needs, call 315-724-1600. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know the deal. You'll have 7 seconds to answer the question. 7 seconds to get your answer in. That's plenty of time. Lots of time. Here we go. Here we go. Rose, Lacey, Christine, and Dolores are names used in some of this author's 60-plus titles. Ready, go. Rose, Lacey, Christine.
That's the one that would have given it away.
Christine would be one. What if I changed it and said Rose, Lacey, Cujo, and Dolores? The answer is Stephen King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christine, Christine. I should have known it for the car.
Christine was the
possessed
giveaway.
car. Yeah.
All right, listen, we're going to give you the Utica All-in-One Food and Fun card. It's a $25 gift card to Aquavino, Babes, 72, Tavern and Grill, the Tailor and the Cook, which is brand new right now, and any of the concession stands at the Odd, including Nexus. And this comes Stefan Rubitsky approved. He's received his in the mail.
All right.
We'll mail it to you, and Davey's going to hook you up, Ryan. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, hold on tight. Davey, take care of him. He has written some 63, I believe, or 64 books.
Yeah.
And he tends to use, there are a lot of names in there. Like, would it have helped if I said Donovan? Donovan's Brain is one of the books.
Yep.
How about, there are a few other names in here, too. Cujo, of course. Gerald, Christine, and the list goes on. All Stephen King books.
Annie from Misery.
And by the way, these are in the titles of the books.
Oh, in the titles of the books.
In the titles of the
Gotcha.
books. So there you have that. There is a story out that it might happen. Over the weekend, I was at the grocery store, and, you get your groceries today. It's unbelievable. My wife is always like, let me do the grocery shopping. We'll save $100, I guarantee you. So I go and I'm, it's we should get this. Oh, check this out.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big price looker. You're not.
You just get the items you want.
You're buying the things that you want. And so I did. And, I don't know, it came to it was almost $400 or something.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready, and my son was with me, and he's helping the lady bag, and something happened, and I get my credit card all out, ready to go. I'm putting in our little loyalty number. Got my credit card ready to go. All of a sudden, something fell. I picked it up, put it in the bag, and then I went to pay with my credit card. It's not in my pocket.
Ooh.
My credit card is not in my pants pocket. It's not in my jacket pocket. I'm now looking on the floor. So now I'm like, oh my God. Now, what do you think is behind me while I'm doing this?
A line of people.
So
Ton of people.
Now I'm looking. Now I've got, now I'm going through all the other credit cards, and I'm like, okay, of these, which do I want to use? Which am I good with? Because I knew that my wife just said to me recently, hey, I maxed out such and such a card. You should know that. And I'm like, is it this one or is it this? Oh, my God, what am I going to do? So sure enough, now I'm like, no, So then I got my son saying, you want me to cover it, Dad? Like, no. It's noise, right?
Just leave the groceries.
Everybody's watching. So I cannot find my card, and I don't have enough cash. So now we're looking in the bags for the card. Not in the bags. Now the girl, the lady who's bagging up the groceries, like, well, let me look underneath. Maybe it fell and slid under here. So now everybody's coming over to help to find my credit card. And then all of a sudden the guy's like, no, this one just said decline.
Oh,
I'm like,
my
wow.
God.
Of course, I pull the one card out there that's going to say decline.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, let me just transfer some money over to. So I pull out my cell phone because I can transfer money over to
instantly, yeah,
to a debit card and just pay for it that way. And as I pull out my phone, the static electricity had taken the card and it stuck to the glass of my cell phone. And there was the card. After all of this, there was, and the other part is I don't want to, you don't want to leave your card behind.
No.
Anyway, so the reason I give this story is not just out of my own misery, but there is a belief that coming to the end right now is self-checkout is starting to make its way past. The stores are finding it's a bit of there's a risk, there's a theft risk. It's becoming, you got to have an employee there. People are having difficulties.
I hate it.
And so they're saying we may be moving to a point where they're not going to go away, but where it looked like we were moving towards everything was going
right
self-checkout. It looks like we might be going back to human. That seems to be the trend, according to Gizmodo, reducing the number of self-checkout kiosks.
I'm all about it.
I'm all about it, too. It's nice to have someone there to say, this one said decline. I mean, at least you have a person there to tell you that.
To tell everybody behind you, too.
Right. Anyway, it all worked out. But, man, that probably, 3 minutes felt like a half an hour.
Always.
And you're sweating, and people are there, and, they're busy. They want to get on their way. They don't want some jamoke slowing things down.
Come on, hurry up.
I got places to go and things to do. I don't need this. Okay, we have been following this horrible story in Utica where it seems to be a trend. We saw a lot of it last year. Teens being arrested with guns. Kids underage being arrested with guns. Now, we've learned since the first of the year, Utica's had 2 homicides, a 17-year-old and I believe a 15-year-old.
Correct.
Terrible. Mayor Mike Galime on the line right now, newly elected Mayor Mike Galime, and there are efforts underway to do whatever can be done to curb this problem. Mike, good morning. Thanks for coming on, Mayor.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good. It has a nice ring to it, Mayor.
Yeah.
I'm sure you.
First time speaking to you after you've taken office. So welcome.
Yeah, I'm finally getting used to people not calling me just my regular name, but it's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. We got to do it, right?
You got to do it. You got to do it. Okay. Clearly, I think you've probably come to the conclusion in dealing with police and dealing with everyone on this issue. This is not a simple fix. It is not a one fix solves the problem issue, it seems.
It is not. It is not. And I have to say, myself and the Chief of Staff, Mike Gentile, if I had to estimate it, we probably spent about half of our time in the past 3 weeks on this issue. And it's not just because it's multifaceted. It's also because we've had to deal with it in real time. And while we aren't being reactionary, we came into this. I think the last interview we did was all about youth violence and what we could do to increase, youth engagement. When these issues are happening, we kind of have our own internal protocol that when we came into office, we said, this is how we're going to handle it. And when last week's events happened, while everyone was swirling around it, something the new DA and I spoke about early on is how we're going to be able to work together differently if these things either continue to happen, which we know they're unfortunately going to at this point. Yeah. But if the incident rate keeps increasing, right, which we know that that's an issue. Okay. So at 8 a.m, for example, after the last incident, it was myself, it was the DA, it was Mike Gentile, it was Roosevelt Patterson from the street team discussing that. Once the police worked through their initial investigations, the initial work they had to do, we met with the police chief, we met with the deputy police chief together to really see where they were and what may have been different or not different or, almost habitual in how we have to deal with these things as they happen. But we're also, we pulled in and discussed, with the county executive what is and can be done differently with Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
And then just based on what we had talked about before I took office, in between these two homicides, we had a larger meeting in City Hall with Family Court, with the school district, with Youth Bureau at the county. We've spoken to our Youth Bureau, we with the DA, and we had everyone together to really hash out what we've been doing, because there are things we could do differently locally. But then, even though it's been tried, over and over again, we have to take a different message to Albany, and we have to come up with a new data-driven way to describe to Albany that the policies aren't working.
Yeah.
Because Albany does believe the policies are working, mainly because if you look at incarceration rates and conviction rates, they may be coming down, but incident rates of people arrested and youth arrested for these problems and picked up repeatedly for these problems are up. And and that's the thing. If we're leaving guns in the hands of children, these things are going to keep happening over and over again.
Are you worried about the potential for retaliation? So there's, I hate to say, but when these things tend to happen, there's a revenge aspect.
Absolutely. And that is why our police department works with and has the crime prevention unit. We have the actual, digital forensics lab where we are monitoring all of the different actors. It's a little bit different now because the gang violence isn't as organized as it used to be years ago.
Yeah.
It is flatter. It is more haphazard. It is more abstract. But, we're consistently and constantly combing through the social media, combing through all of the different people in the community do come forward, so we can not only monitor the potential for retaliation, but the attempts at retaliation also sometimes lead to us solving kind of the cyclical violence, and then we can knock it back down for a little while we work on the larger problem of youth engagement and addressing this issue in Albany.
Mm-hmm.
From a funding standpoint or a spending money problem, I know it's not always the solution to throw money at the problem, but what is possibly being considered as far as investments in maybe increased cameras, different patrol strategies, different maybe youth groups or youth centers? What's in the pipeline in regard to that?
All three. We have a litany of cameras that we have yet to install. We have a lot up, and the reality is that's working out the relationship with National Grid, which that's something that myself and Mike Gentile are doing, right? We're saying, okay, why aren't the cameras up where the police chief believes they need to be? So we're knocking down the barriers to that, and we're getting them up. The next thing with, like you said, with youth engagement, right? We are having those meetings. We're starting to connect the organizations, and we have some preliminary proposals that we've already reviewed to increase youth engagement from third-party engagement in the different centers across the city, but also meeting with our own youth bureau. Chet Lacani does a wonderful job in seeing what we can do within our own internal control structure to increase youth engagement both during school session and in the summer. And then the third thing you mentioned, is what can you do differently possibly with funding the police department. I said we have a crime prevention unit, right? That's in part funded by the impact/give monies that come from Albany. And it's not just a funding issue. When you look at what the police department's doing, we have 170 guys right now, and men and women protecting and serving the city. But now we have an increased presence in the school district.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's wonderful. But you only have so much time that our police officers can, commit to overtime shifts. That's one of the things Chief Williams and I spoke about. How can we temporarily increase the crime prevention unit, which is the unit that actually takes the guns off the street proactively, and tracks where those guns may be so that we can prevent this from happening again. And guess what? You don't hear about how many times we do prevent these crimes. You only hear about them when they do happen.
Yep.
And they are doing a wonderful job. But then all of this different data that we're starting to compile from the DA's office, our police department, family court, this is why we're creating that new message to Albany, not just to change something like raise the age, which we know is creating a cyclical problem with our youth, but also so that as a mayor, I can advocate why we need more impact give funding, why we need to increase the crime prevention unit, and it's not just standard street patrols that solve this problem.
Mm-hmm. What is there any consideration given to the family aspect? You got to wonder, what are these kids, 15-year-old, 14 younger, or even 16 or 17-year-olds, what are they doing out at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, we are considering that. I have to say, look, I'm a new mayor, and when these things are starting to happen, I'm meeting with the police chief and saying things, and I'll be, but yeah, I'm just being raw with you, right? I'm like, okay, is this a situation where you create a curfew aspect, you do something extra like that? But we have to go back and forth on those because, we also want to make sure we don't increase violence because we are perceived as over-policing. So there are a lot of things we're doing that we aren't talking about.
Okay.
This is no different. We're at war with kids having guns right now.
Yep.
And sometimes the things we do, which are perfectly fine, they're tactical. And if you say what you're doing to tactically, knock something down, your tactics are open now and they don't work. So there's a lot of things we are doing within that space. But I'm willing to try anything within the letter of what New York State's allows us to do, and those are the conversations I'm having. Now, the family aspect at the county level, the county executive and I did talk about CPS, Child Protective Services. How can we create a situation where parents, guardians, the people that our youth are living with that might not be finding the right path and being tactful about it, how can we make it so that if there is a responsible person in the home that, checks a book bag, no different than I check my daughter's phone for apps we don't want her to have. Well, guess what? If people are checking their kids' bags, for firearms, how can we create a situation where that responsible guardian now doesn't get in trouble if they want to actually help the community by turning that gun in? So, we are having every conversation you could.
It's amazing that we're actually even talking about checking backpacks and book bags for guns. That's just... All right, Mayor, thank you. We appreciate the update. I know this might be one of the most important and difficult issues any mayor has had to deal with in the history of Utica, but it's yours as you take office this year. So glad to see you guys are on it.
Yeah, well, you know what? We came in knowing that this was a problem, and we want to own the fact that we are going to be responsible for it.
All right. Mayor Galime, thank you for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great
All
day.
right, thanks.
It's 8 o'clock. We have news straight ahead. WIBX Utica Rome.
Nikki Haley is the last Trump challenger. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After Ron DeSantis dropped out of the presidential race before tomorrow's New Hampshire primary.
Look, this is what we were waiting on. We said it was a two-person race. It now really is a two-person race. We think we have a country to save.
But DeSantis is telling his supporters Haley is not who they should want.
A repackaged form of warmed-over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents.
DeSantis endorsed former President Trump, who tells Fox.
A lot of the things that he wanted, I wanted. And I think, in fact, I noticed people commentary this saying, well, all of those people that would be for him would be for Trump.
The former president may go to court again this morning in New York before returning to New Hampshire tonight. He could testify at the civil defamation trial he calls a fake case and election interference. Author E. Jean Carroll seeking more damages. She already won at her first trial, claiming former President Trump sexually abused her decades ago, then defamed her, denying it. President Biden is not on the ballot tomorrow in New Hampshire, but Fox's Brian Yennis reports from Manchester his supporters have a write-in campaign.
Even if Biden does win, he won't get any of the state's 10 delegates, and that's because no delegates will be awarded on the Democratic side. This is punishment for New Hampshire for violating Democratic Party rules by holding the first-in-the-nation primary, even though the DNC picked South Carolina to now go first.
2 U.S. Navy SEALs have been declared dead, never found, after going missing at sea 11 days ago during an operation off the Somalia coast. The head of the UN calls heartbreaking the 25,000 Palestinian deaths now in Gaza, where the war rages, as families of the hostages Hamas still holds stage a protest at Israel's parliament.
Chanting, "Release all of them now and get up from your chairs." Some had faces printed on T-shirts. Others held signs reading, "You will not sit here while they die there." Hamas is still believed to hold well over 100 hostages. Israel says 27 have died in captivity.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Don't let everyday aches and pains keep you from living your best life.
I don't think I really understood what people meant when they talked about pain until I started feeling it myself.
Start feeling better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement designed to support your body's fight against aches and pains.
Not only do I move better without pain, I just feel better.
Created by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients that target 4 metabolic pathways to address pain. Relief Factor doesn't just mask aches and pains, it helps reduce or even eliminate them.
Today, I do the things I love, and it doesn't occur to me to think about pain.
You can feel the difference all day, every day.
Join the over 1 million people who have tried Relief Factor's 3-week Quick Start Kit. It's only $19.95 and comes with our Feel Better or Your Money Back guarantee. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time, 8:03. I'm Andrew Derminio. We're at 17 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Utica police have released more information regarding the victim in Wednesday night's homicide. Police have identified him as 17-year-old Tavion Carter of Utica. Police continue to extend their deepest condolences to his family. The Utica Police Department is actively investigating his death and following up on all leads. Officials say they know that individuals possess knowledge of this crime and are asking the community to assist them by coming forward so a successful resolution can be had in this case. Meanwhile, Syracuse police are continuing an investigation into a weekend fight at Destiny USA. They say a brawl broke out Saturday night in the food court of the shopping center. A man in his 20s needed treatment for a hand injury that may have been caused by a knife, and that person is expected to be okay. The mall did not need to be evacuated, and witnesses are asked to come forward by contacting Utica police. Some brand new data shows the spread of the flu virus is slowly on the decline across central New York. During the week ending January 13th, the county with the highest number of infections was Onondaga County with 281. That was followed by Oneida County with 125 and Oswego County with 105. Anyone who has not received their flu shot yet can find a clinic at vaccines.gov. Area drivers are still saving a bit of their hard-earned money when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular gas is now $3.30. That's down 6 cents from last week and is also 13 cents lower than this time a month ago. Currently, the state average is $3.26 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.07. And additional information has been released on a crash in Syracuse that took the life of a 59-year-old woman. On Saturday, Gloria Hill was a passenger in a vehicle that was traveling on North Salina Street. That's when 25-year-old Takesha Horridge allegedly went through a red light and triggered a collision at the intersection of Catawba Street. Hill was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital, and Horridge is facing multiple charges, including DWI and vehicular manslaughter. WIBX 950 news time is 8:06. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint. For today, we can expect mostly cloudy skies with highs in the low to mid-30s. Slight chance of snow showers overnight, cloudy with a low in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, snow showers expected in the afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-30s. Maybe a mix of rain and snow on Wednesday with highs in the low 40s. Right now, we're at 17 degrees under cloudy skies. It's 8:06. Sports brought to you by IBEW 43 Local. It was a devastating loss for the Buffalo Bills as they fell to the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24. The final nail in their coffin was a missed field goal try by Tyler Bass. It was a 44-yard try that was wide right. Words that Buffalo Bills fans have hated for years. Additionally, in the divisional round of the playoffs, or the depressional round, as I call it, the depressional round of the playoffs, the Texans were defeated by the Ravens 34-10. Green Bay was defeated by the San Francisco 49ers 24-21. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fell to the Detroit Lions 31-23. So the conference championship is set, or I should say conference championships. It will be San Francisco hosting Detroit and Kansas City visiting Baltimore. In local news, well, local sports, I should say, the Utica Riggies, as the Utica City FC were called on Sunday, they fell in overtime to the Texas Outlaws 9-8. The Utica Comets had a rough weekend as they lost at home against the Rochester Americans 2-1 on Friday, and they were defeated by the Crunch Saturday night by a score of 5-2. Utica University men's Pioneers, they had a great game on Saturday and Sunday as they beat Lebanon Valley both days. The score on Saturday 5-2 from the Adirondack Bank Center, and then the Nexus Center saw a 7-1 victory over Lebanon Valley. I want to tell you that pain can be an unwelcome companion in our lives, and whether it's minor or major pain, if you've experienced it, the frustration of back, shoulder, knee, or other pain can take a toll. I've faced my own battles sometimes with back pain and sciatica, which is why I'm thrilled to share something revolutionary with you today. It's soft wave tissue regeneration technology, an incredible advancement offered at Revive Soft Wave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica. It is a groundbreaking new technology that was developed in Germany and has made its way to Genesee Street in Utica. Dr. Tim Del Medico says it's a game changer. It's non-invasive, free from pills, those expensive injections, and you may even be able to prevent surgery. It's so effective, it's even used by NFL teams, the Cleveland Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic. It's a cutting-edge technology that's not limited to common pain areas. It also addresses neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, all things that usually require some sort of surgery. But it boasts an outstanding 90% success rate, and you should try it. You can see testimonials and videos of how the treatment works at reviveutica.com. That's reviveutica.com. Reach out to Dr. Tim Del Medico at 315-725-8427, or visit that website again, reviveutica.com, to reclaim a life free from debilitating pain. Take that step towards a pain-free future today.
Some comments here this morning. You want a few comments? I've got a few.
Sure.
Mike, unfortunately, the Parkway Rec Center is not really located in the middle of a neighborhood. The old Boys and Girls Club on Lansing Street is a toxic mess, but perhaps could be cleaned up in West Utica across from Kernan School. At the old Psych Center on the second floor is a full-size gym. In addition, is the old UFA on Elm Street. There are places where something could end up being done. One of the problems is you're going to have with a shooting in the neighborhood is one person gets shot, there becomes a tit-for-tat. Retaliatory shooting becomes a negative feedback and outcome. Yep. It really does. A couple of comments here. Andrew's sarcasm towards Richard sounds obnoxious.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Matt and Holland Patton.
Big Honey, I hear a lot of talk about abortion rights and never any discussion about teaching our young women to be responsible. Well, I guess it depends on the family, number one, right? There are probably a lot of stupid parents out there, number two. And number three, don't you think we should be teaching young boys as well to be responsible, not just young women?
Good point.
Bernie in Utica, Tabasco is the champion of hot sauces.
I think he's saying champagne.
Tabasco is the champagne of hot sauces.
Either way, I'm sure he would agree with that.
And then John in Bridgewater, Andrew, Lions played an awesome game. Let's go Lions. I'm done ranting. LOL. Goodbye. Okay.
Yeah, John was vehemently against the Bills.
Drop the mic. Well, it's over. I mean, the Bills did not win the big game. We'll speak with Scott in Kirkville coming up in a second. Stand by. A quick break, and we'll come back with Scott. The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford, and they serve Seattle's best, which is a real problem for Starbucks. It was outshining Starbucks in Seattle, so they bought it.
Yep.
They bought the coffee. So the one thing that's very, very clear is you get a coffee that is just delicious, especially if you choose your coffee black. And then there are lattes, espresso, iced coffee, the breakfast sandwiches, bagels made fresh every day, your donuts made fresh there every single day, and that drive-thru is lightning fast. Daylight Donuts in the village of New Hartford.
Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services has immediate openings for program nurses, starting at over $59,000. Nurses work a 35-hour work week, conducting patient screenings and home health assessments. And the civil service exam fee is waived for 2024. Apply today at OneidaCountyJobs.com.
Hey, Jen. OMG, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker for us. For a long time, we had decent business coming in from word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of new folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that for my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you'd think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses like yours.
Okay, then what?
If you see that there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
There's only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free.
Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Did you know that municipal bonds are a way for investors to support civil projects while earning federally tax-free income? The Erie Canal, which led to the expansion of the United States into the Midwest in the 1800s, was financed with municipal bonds. Are you looking to bridge the gap between the income of your working years and the income needed in retirement? Municipal bonds might provide the solution you're looking for. Hanyon & Walsh is a leading specialist in tax-free municipal bonds and has provided investors with quality service and personal attention since 1990. Call now to receive their informative bond guide absolutely free. Dial 1-800-761-9761 to learn how to earn retirement income while keeping your taxes at bay. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for a copy of their informative bond guide for free. No cost, no obligation. 1-800-761-9761. Hanyon & Walsh Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We are told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code SUPPORT or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511. Morning Kick.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and holding a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Perfect for retirees with extra time. Help drive our future leaders with Whitesboro Central School Transportation. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
For a limited time at Mattress Express, qualified buyers will get 60 months to pay on any purchase $1,500 or higher with no money down. That includes all brands of mattresses in the store and massage chairs. See store for details.
Hey, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is accepting new patients. If you're in need of a new family doctor or you're having an issue and you just want someone to dig in and try to figure out whatever it is that might be ailing you, reach out to the Falcon Clinic today. Several doctors and nurses and staff all under one roof. Everything from a family doctor to specialties like counseling and even acupuncture, all under one roof at the Falcon Clinic. It's the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. Call today at 315-507-4751 or online visit falconclinic.com. Conveniently located in Washington Mills, the Falcon Clinic, accepting new patients today. 315-507-4751.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Well, good morning. It is Monday. It is cold. It is cold. And it's cold. And, of course, coming after the weekend of football action, just feels colder than normal if you're a Bills fan. Or, I guess, Packers fan.
Yeah.
Just feels colder than normal. Scott in Kirkville on the line right now. What a win, though, for Syracuse on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it keeps them in the conversation. That's for sure. It was a good win. Unfortunately, Miami lost a couple games before that, Louisville and Florida State. So you're getting into the conversation in the next couple of weeks. We have an app. It's called the Net Rankings, and unfortunately, they use that for a lot of. I don't like it. It's all basically analytics. And this year, I think you can take 80 teams this year and put them all in the net, and you can come up with 80 different ways that it's going to make the tournament. But that keeps them in the conversation. That loss would have hurt him a little bit, and it's interesting that Syracuse only scored what 10 points in the first 10 minutes of the game, and yet they just had so much firepower they can score quickly, and that's what exactly happened. They were down. People forget they were down 7 with 5 to go, 4 to go.
And the other thing is these are games, Scott, that the last few years Syracuse has not been winning.
Right, exactly.
And to be able to see them get in there and make shots, because I got to say that probably 4 minutes before that, they couldn't make a three if their life depended on it. And all of a sudden, they got hot at the right time in that game. And boy, a buzzer beater. That was fun to watch.
It was. The key part was, you kind of look at it like, Dave came up. We were watching the game together. Is that everybody knows Bell for Syracuse is a stand-up shooter. He doesn't really move that much. He stays in the corner. So I'm waiting for Miami to make a decision to deny him the pass, and they let him keep getting the ball and shooting. His shot about 4 minutes before that was just as key as the final one, because without that, you don't have the buzzer beater. So it was interesting. They definitely have better shooters from outside this year than last year. They used to have multiple ones. We had Gerard last year, and he was pretty good. But right now, I mean, you can spread it out. I mean, and that's what makes it great. Also, I think playing man-to-man, it doesn't allow the other team to dictate tempo. That's one thing I hate about the zone. It's great when you're leading, but how do you dictate tempo when you're losing? Because the opposition can just take the ball and just like a 2-minute offense in football, just kind of work it around and just take time off the clock. And so it's like I said, they're in the conversation.
They're in the conversation. It was a fun end.
How Pittsburgh beat Duke too is beyond me. And this week, I know you saw that score.
I did, and I got to say, it's always nice to have college basketball to revert back to when the Bills are out.
That was a good game. I know you guys are all big Bills fans. If you're just a fan of football, that was good.
Yeah.
I thought, to be honest with you, the first drive set the tone. I mean, I thought they were going to walk in there, and when they only kicked the field goal, you're not going to be Kansas City with field goals.
Yep.
And I thought that was it right there. The interesting part about this game, is the Bills, I think time of possession and maybe plays, I think they dominated the game. I think I saw that Kansas City only ran 44 plays, and 3 of them were at the end of the game when they took knees. Mm-hmm. So they scored 27 points on 41 plays.
Yep.
Which is incredible.
Well, it's interesting because the last time the Bills and Kansas City played, the Bills dominated, but not necessarily offensively. It was the defense. And, the defense was, I know earlier, I forgot who it was like, don't give me all this crap about, the Bills being beaten up. Well, their defense was decimated. However, it is what it is in that regard. And that is the difference between the Bills 4 weeks ago when they played Kansas City or whatever that was, and right now. They had a healthy defense. And this was not the case here. No excuses. Listen, everybody gets beat up this time of year. You got to be able to win the big game, and the Bills are notorious for not being able to win the big game, not just in the last few years, but in terms of the franchise. Davey, you want to add to that?
No, you're all right on all the points, Bill.
Okay, thanks, man. Thanks. I need that information.
The interesting part was if you watched all 4 playoff games, 3 games came down to the opposition having the ball last and not being able to score. Green Bay just needed a field goal, and they threw an interception. The Detroit game, Tampa Bay had the ball last, and they threw an interception. Of course, Buffalo, they missed the field goal. Josh got them at least in position to kick the field goal. But it was amazing that three games, the opposition that didn't win the game actually had the last possession, basically, of the game.
Mm-hmm. Of the remaining,
that was interesting.
Yeah. Of the remaining teams, Scott, I mean, do you feel that anybody can beat the Ravens, and do you think Vegas odds will be in favor of Baltimore? Obviously, they will. I assume.
The funny part was, because the Kansas City, it's sort of like they're like the Notre Dame point spreads, and like Dallas Cowboys. It'd be interesting to see what the spread's going to be. I mean, Kansas City was only a 2.5-point underdog in Buffalo. Basically, they were telling you that basically they were, on a neutral field, guess who's the favorite?
So right now the 49ers are 7-point favorites over the Lions. And the Ravens are 3-point favorites over Kansas City.
Which I think that's so skewed. I mean, they give us San Francisco a lot more credit. I mean, 10.5 is what the game finally opened with, and we decimated those odds as far as the spread, us being Green Bay. And now that they're giving them 7, I don't think they should. I mean, San Fran did not look that good against us.
No. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with, to be honest. Purdy had troubles with a wet ball. I didn't expect it because the guy played for Iowa State in college, so it wasn't like he was a West Coast type of guy, I don't think. And he had a glove on, glove off, but he missed a lot of throws and just looked like uncomfortable to a point. I'm not sure Detroit would golf. This is interesting if they Detroit. See, the coach is the wild card. He almost blew yesterday's game with a little aggressive play calling at the end that gave Tampa Bay a shot to come back and tie it. But you just don't know with Detroit because they do have weapons on offense. And I got to be honest, I thought Green Bay was going to move the ball, and they did. And if you go back a couple games before, when San Francisco did not lock up the home field advantage, they had troubles with Arizona. Arizona went up and down the field on them. I said, maybe this defense isn't exactly who you play.
Right.
And we'll see with an offense that Detroit's got. I think they can move the ball. 7's a lot, and it's not like San Francisco's got a ton of experience. They got Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant a year ago. It's not like they have somebody that's a veteran quarterback. In fact, Golf is the veteran, right? Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I just think that the Kansas City Ravens game, it's going to be the will. You got no Baltimore wants to run the ball.
Yeah.
And the Bills are in the ball, guys. I mean, what they end up with of 160 yards running, 170, and that'll be the instant part. Who gets time possession? But the thing about Kansas City, they don't need the ball a lot of, and they proved it against the Bills. They don't need it for a lot of minutes to score.
Right. Yeah. They score quickly. Yep.
There'll be a lot of prop bets. In fact, if I can come back on Friday, I'll give you the
I'd like
prop
to know
bets.
some of those.
I won a ton of prop bets on these games just because of players and stuff, and that's what the play is going to be if you're going to bet it.
I have one more. We'll do that on Friday. I have one more. Mike asking a Syracuse question. Gerard went to Clemson. How is he doing?
He had a great start. In fact, he was their leading scorer in a lot of the games. The last couple games, he struggled a little bit. I mean, Clemson struggled too. So he had a good 7 or 8 first games, and he was scoring 17, 18 points a game and not really shooting a lot of shots. Then against Carolina and against South Carolina, he struggled a little bit. And I noticed that we'll see if he's hit the wall a little bit because we'll just see. I mean, he's such a pure shooter that with Syracuse he's going to shoot, and he was he's starting, he's playing, so he went there and stuff like that. But and they play him. By the way, guys, those two are key games. That Clemson home and home is big because they're running out of quad one chances.
Davey.
And those should be 2 quad ones in Carolina. So you're right. Those 2 games there. Hey, by the way, there's so much snow in Buffalo. I know if you saw the report. They're actually using polar bears as school crossing guards.
Okay. Davey.
Hey, Scott, how about the chuckle we got when we were watching the game on Saturday, who was doing the color commentary, and I mentioned it?
Yeah. Eric Diefendorf. I don't know if you saw that, guys.
Yeah.
Eric Diefendorf, former Syracuse player, was actually doing the color commentary. And I guess he was a fill-in. I was talking to somebody. Corey Alexander was supposed to have done the game, and something happened.
I thought
Eric Diefendorf.
I thought he did kind of a good job. I thought he was pretty good.
Job.
Yeah.
In fact, I wasn't sure if he actually owned a tie, so I don't know if that was a clip-on or a real tie. We're kind of wondering that.
All right, we'll try this on Friday, Scott. Thanks, man. We'll look at your prop bets for the weekend.
And like I said, the Bills had a great season. I'm a Dolphins fan, but you got to give credit to the Bills for what they had at the end. They still, they Kansas City's still defending champions, and they gave them everything they wanted.
Good stuff. Thank you, man. Have a wonderful week. Thank you.
You too now.
Scott in Kirkville. Got a break. Andrew with an update coming up. We'll talk to Bob Schrader, Herkimer County Legislator, on the issue of that Herkimer water issue. We'll get into that coming up in a second. Hold tight. It's 8:30 at WIBX.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild, wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
DismeCoins.com is the best site online to purchase Trump commemorative coins because no one else features the exclusive Ultra MAGA Trump coin line. Whether it's Let's Go Brandon or Still My President, each and every coin is made right here in the USA on machines built in America by Americans who love this country. These are collectibles, so when they're gone, they're gone. These coins make a wonderful gift for yourself or for the Trump memorabilia collector in your life with free shipping for orders over $400 at DismeCoins.com. That's DISME coins.com.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Online at CordellCordell.com. 518-554-0000. 100 Great Oaks Boulevard, Suite 110, Albany, New York, 12203.
Well, listen, it's that time of year. The home show is coming, and it happens on February 3rd and 4th. And this year, the great home show will be, especially if you're looking to do anything with your home or property, updating stuff, this is a great show to go to. It'll be held February 3rd and 4th this year at the Nexus Center. And I have a family 4-pack of tickets to give away, Davey. What caller number you want for this?
Caller 4.
Okay, 4th caller through the lines right now. We'll give you a 4-pack of home show at the Nexus at the Nexus Center tickets. A 4-pack right now. Caller number, what did you say again?
4.
315-736-0186 right now to win from WIBX.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time, 8:33. I'm Andrew Derminio. We're at 18 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Excuse me, it's actually mostly sunny. I didn't see the change there. The sun peeking through the blinds here, so that's some good news. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Utica police have released more information regarding the victim in Wednesday night's homicide. Police have identified him as 17-year-old Tavion Carter of Utica. Police continue to extend their deepest condolences to his family, and they're actively investigating his death. They're following up on all leads arising, and officials say they know that individuals possess knowledge of this crime and ask the community to come forward so that a successful resolution can be had in this case. Some brand new data shows the spread of the flu virus is slowly on the decline across central New York. During the week ending January 13th, the county with the highest number of infections was Onondaga County with 281. That was followed by Oneida County with 125, and Oswego County rounded up the top 3 with 105. Anyone who has not received their flu shot yet can find a clinic at vaccines.gov. Area drivers are still saving a bit of their hard-earned money when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular gas in the Utica-Rome area is $3.30. That's down 6 cents from last week and is 13 cents lower than this time a month ago. Currently, the state average is $3.26 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.07. And the road to the Super Bowl has come to an end for the Buffalo Bills as the team suffered a heartbreaking loss at home. Buffalo kicker Tyler Bass missed a 44-yard field goal attempt wide right with under 2 minutes left as his squad fell to the Chiefs 27-24. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen rushed for 2 touchdowns and threw one for the Bills, who had their 6-game winning streak snapped. The AFC Championship Conference, the AFC Championship game will see the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Baltimore Ravens, and the NFC Championship game will see San Francisco 49ers hosting the Detroit Lions. It is 8:35. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint. Brought to you by Home and Hospital Medical Supplies and Services. Carrying a wide selection of home medical equipment, call them at 315-724-6767. Online, it's H&HMedicalNY.com. For today, we will see increasing clouds with a high in the mid-30s. Tonight, we'll see a slight chance of snow showers, cloudy otherwise, lows in the upper 20s, then snow showers tomorrow possible, mainly in the afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-30s. Right now, 18 under mostly sunny skies at 8:36.
So we were talking earlier about DoorDash has this service called Drizzly.
Oh,
that they
that's
purchased,
what it was. Okay.
purchased during COVID. And it is an alcohol delivery service. So you can get your alcohol delivered, and that was really needed, especially back during COVID. Well, they have announced they're dumping that service. That whole brand, they're dumping. And you're just going to be able to get you just do it through DoorDash. So if you want alcohol, that's one of the options that you can get, but you have to be able to prove that you're of age. So some guy in the 540 says, if someone orders alcohol and the person you deliver to is a minor using their parents' account and something bad happens, does the delivery driver get arrested for providing alcohol? I don't know the answer, but I do think that what I would imagine, it would be yes, right?
Yeah, because DoorDash, yeah, I'd imagine. But
I'm
it is
pretty
hard
sure-
to police because with DoorDash, unless the person delivering knocks on the door, checks the ID, and gives it to that individual, if they just leave it at the doorstep, how do you police that?
I do not know how it's done. They have to be able to police it, or they wouldn't be able to do it. I can't.
And I know that some
I don't know how it works.
Some local liquor stores do offer a service where they will deliver
They'll
to your
deliver
house
for
as
free.
well.
Yeah. Okay, interesting stuff. Coming up, we'll talk about the Herkimer water issue with the county legislator, Bob Schrader, in a few minutes here. Hold on tight. It's 8:38 and Monday morning at WIBX.
She's running around. Her breath doesn't smell. Her digestive system is perfect. It has made such a huge difference.
What did this dog parent do for their dog? She switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-sized bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
I'm embarrassed to say this. I've been using deodorant on my armpits for 30 years, and anytime I noticed odor anywhere else, I thought I needed another shower, I wasn't clean, or I felt like there was something wrong with me. And then my gynecologist told me about Lumi. It's a whole body deodorant for pits, feet, and privates that controls odor anywhere and everywhere on your body. Since Lumi, I never have to worry about body odor ever again, anywhere on my body. And that reassurance is worth every penny.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code PENNY and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code PENNY. LUMEdeodorant.com, code PENNY for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code PENNY. LUMEdeodorant.com, code PENNY. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code PENNY.
For a limited time at Mattress Express, qualified buyers will get 60 months to pay on any purchase $1,500 or higher with no money down. That includes all brands of mattresses in the store and massage chairs. See store for details.
Rocky, buddy, what's wrong? You look kind of down. Oh, I always get this way when the season's over.
Don't worry about it. A lot of people get depressed when the Christmas season's over.
Christmas? Humbug, I say. Christmas is just a way for other people to make money. I'm talking about the end of the football season.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rock. So what can we do to cheer you up?
Well, a party's always nice. You know, how about during the NFL championship games on Sunday, January 28th?
Hey, that's a great idea. We could do it at the Waterfront Grill in Herkimer. We can invite our friends and have sponsors, have a buffet, music, drinks, prize drawings, and we could call it a tailgate party.
Now you're getting me into the spirit of the season. We could charge $25 per person and donate all our proceeds to local charities. We can put the fun back into fundraising.
Feeling better, Rock?
I always do when I can give money away. In fact, I'm feeling so giddy, I'm buying everyone their first drink. God bless us.
Well, it's coming up this Sunday, the annual tailgate party, 1 till 5 at the Waterfront Grill. All proceeds go to charity. It's a great way to shake off the post-holiday blues, the post-Bills and Packer blues. Great food, great atmosphere. It's this Sunday, 1 till 5 at the Waterfront Grill.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, so we talked about this last week. Bob Schrader is the legislator in Herkimer County and represents the village of Herkimer. And there is a water issue that's going to affect about, I don't know, how many exactly how many homes will this affect, Bob?
Approximately about 51 in the survey come back and said,
right.
Bill. Potentially a few more than that. It's a little bit bigger problem than just the 51 to 61 residents that possibly could be affected with this bill. First of all, I just want to throw a compliment out there to everyone that attended the meeting. They acted professionally, and I just want to say it was a very constructive meeting, and I look forward to working with each and every one of them. I've had a lot of phone calls over the weekend concerning this whole issue. I think if the village when the village holds the next one, I think we might want to go to a bigger room because there was probably over 100 and some people there as there was, and a lot of people felt that they didn't really get a chance to ask a question or find out a little bit of information, and just to give everybody a little bit more space to be comfortable and to be able to be acknowledged as far as asking a question or whatever.
So the idea is that the water, according to the state, that really covers these 51 to 61 homes, is contaminated and can no longer be used, according to the state, as drinking water. The village has said we don't have the money to run new water lines, so it's going to be on these residents to actually maybe dig a well. Not everybody's going to be able to do that, though. I'm assuming you heard that when you had the meeting last week.
And that was probably the biggest outcry from a lot of the residents up there, Bill. There's so many parts of this situation, this problem, because some of these people have drilled, some of their neighbors have drilled wells that aren't on the line, and they ran into the situation with sulfur, with not that great of quality of water. And so they're in fear of, running into the same thing. And then they were talking to some of their neighbors that have drilled the wells, and the amount of money that had cost them to drill the well and then still not really have all that great of a water quality, shall I say. So it was definitely an issue, and that's where we need to work. We need to work together, because a lot of residents there, quite a few of them, had come up with a solution, and the gentleman that was sitting right in back of me, he actually said he came up with his own, designed his own filtration system, and he did the testing, and after he ran it through the filtration system, and it came back with none of the issues that the EPA are requiring not to have.
So because right now the EPA is saying you got to stop delivering this water to these people. Would they allow to keep that water line if people were going to use filters?
And in the meeting, that was one of the biggest discussions, because with the EPA getting involved, and what people have to understand, this is over a 20-year issue. This just didn't happen overnight. This has been an ongoing issue with the water line, and that's what a lot of the residents were saying. They were saying, "Well, listen, we've already taken care of the problem," but apparently with the EPA, from what I'm taking from the EPA in the state, being that the village is supplying them with a water source, they have to be the person that monitors that water.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of the residents that are on the line, currently on the line, they're asking, well, listen, we'll buy give us find a filter system that works, and we'll buy it and we'll maintain it as long as we can continue to use the water source. And that was one of the things that the village is, and I just have to say the village is very concerned. The trustees and the mayor, the trustees, and everyone are very invested in finding a solution to make it work for everyone.
Okay, but the EPA would still want to be able to come in and test the water.
Yes, they would, and that's where they got to get some clarification.
Yeah, okay.
I know the village is going to be talking to the EPA. They got to get some clarification because another township was brought up that sort of did the same thing that some of these residents were asking the village of Herkimer to do, is supply them with give them the filtration system, and then it's up to them to make sure that they that they do the filtration system, check it, and abide by the EPA regulations. But from what I took from the village, right now that's not how the contract, the agreement works.
Okay. Well, it is an awful thing, though. I mean, you've had this property for some people for a long time. Now all of a sudden, and you always had water supplied to you. Now all of a sudden, you find out the water is bad, and you're up blank creek, as they say.
Yeah, and the worst part, Bill, is some of these residents, some people may have the funds to be able to fund this.
Sure.
And some others are. Listen, we're dealing with, we're all getting older. Myself and yourself as well. And the resources of the income aren't there as they were before. And so this is my biggest push to everyone that's on that line that's involved with this. They need to contact, this needs to go bigger than just the village of Herkimer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is going to affect potentially the water source of the village of Herkimer as well down the road, because however this gets determined to be taken care of, there could be some problems with the water line, the existing water line going through these people's properties, and that's what else was brought up at the meeting, Bill. They're saying that, some of them had some ideas. If they weren't getting the water, then why should we allow the pipeline to go through our property? That's where I mean, I can understand their questions on that, and that's where we need to continue having these meetings, and I would recommend anyone involved in this
to get
a hold of their to get involved and get the information like they did. I mean, I was pleased when I walked in that room. I was pleased to see as many people, and a lot of people came up and said thank you for going on the air with Bill and everything to get us there, because the letter that was sent out, it was a little aggressive, I feel, but I guess a little aggressive got a lot of people there to ask questions.
So can you explain to me this water line from this reservoir?
Kirkville, yes.
And it goes through the property and then continues to go down into the village, and the village uses this water, but in the village it goes through a filtration system?
Yes. Yes, the filtration system. Yeah, see, the filtration system, this water is, it's fine once it gets to the village of Herkimer, because that is runs through our filtration system down in the village.
And that's
the problem. That's the problem there.
So these people are people that are getting this water before it goes through the filtration system.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's in a lot of the issues are, a lot of people, if you own a pool, you understand, if you got a rainstorm or whatever, you got to backwash your pool to take out the situation. And that's what a lot of these individuals were saying. That one individual there said that he was, I think, the first or second one off the line, Bill, and he had invested $7,000 into a system, and his system works great for him.
Okay, fair enough.
So there's a lot of concern with the money, and that's where I say that everyone has to get a hold of Congressman Stefanik. She's, Congresswoman Stefanik, Assemblyman Smullen, Mr. Walczak, Senator Walczak, and Joe Griffiths also represents a little bit of Herkimer County, not that area, but, the more people you can pull in to this to try to get some money to help these people.
All right, fair enough. Bob, keep us posted on this, and
I will.
I understand a lot more now. So this is one of the main water sources for the village of Herkimer. It's just not for these people. It doesn't go through the filtration system. Very interesting.
Correct.
Okay. All right,
Yes,
Bob, thank you. Good luck out there. We
Bill.
appreciate it.
Hey, stop down to Rockies for the tailgate party this weekend. It's for the Humane Society and the other two organizations. Thank you, Bill.
That's 1 to 5 this Sunday at Waterfront Grill. Thank you, Bob.
You betcha.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
And of course, Bob is the head of the Humane Society. We didn't get into that other issue on the dog thing, but anyway. All right, let me break, and I've got a couple of other. So imagine how bad snoring can be. Could it result? I mean, think about how bad you may have a situation in your own family. Are you a snorer?
As of lately, I have been.
Weight.
Because I need to lose the weight.
Imagine snoring results in a murder. There's a real story here. Apparently, it was really bad because this is a real story. And I'll give it to you next. Hold on tight. It's 8:51 at WIBX.
Ready for a smoother, safer ride? Look to Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts. Tallman's and their professional staff is there for answers, advice, and quality tires at a great price. And right now, Tallman's, when you purchase 4 Summit tires, you'll get installation, mounting, and balancing absolutely free. Summit tires are great quality and your best value in Central New York. And free installation when you purchase 4 tires is an amazing deal. Don't miss out. This offer ends January 31st, 2024. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Roman, Herkimer. Online at TallmansTire.com.
A lot of Kanoli's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
At Mattress Express, get a Queen Flex head bed with adjustable base and a set of sheets for $14.99. Qualified buyers get no money down and up to 60 months to pay. A Flex head bed is where each head goes up and down independently, but it's still one solid mattress. See store for details.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
All right, Andrew has comments. Some comments.
Comments from Andrew. Comments from Andrew.
We have comments. Here are the comments.
Here's one from Greeley talking about the delivery of alcohol.
So on the question is, when DoorDash delivers, how do they make sure the person they're delivering to is the of age to drink alcohol?
Well, the Uber service that is comparable to
and my guess is
DoorDash.
the same thing happens with DoorDash. They'd have to do this.
Yes. With Uber, you scan the license upon delivery.
You need to see. You just can't drop it on the porch.
Right.
With alcohol, if there's alcohol, you're going to have to come to the door.
Correct.
Okay.
One that I missed, John, in his comments about football. Christmas. This is the one I missed. Christmas in 2024, Buffalo goes bye-bye. Bill must be the ball holder. Didn't position the ball correctly. Wow, Lions all the way. I didn't really know what he meant by that.
All right, John.
You
glad
weren't the
to
snapper.
see you're just throwing salt on the wound this morning. Very nice of you. Very nice.
Matt and Holland Patton following up. Don't be sorry. I was just stating what it sounded like. If Richard has a thin skin, you definitely offended him.
Okay. Loud snoring has led to the stabbing death of a Pennsylvania man. 55-year-old Christopher Casey has been hit with a third-degree murder charge after being accused of stabbing 62-year-old Robert Wallace to death. Police say the source of the friction between the two was ongoing arguments centered around loud snoring that could be heard through the shared wall of their homes.
So this wasn't like a couple that was
They're
in
not
bed,
a
like a
couple,
wife
no.
murdered her husband.
No, the snoring was so loud, and the insulation
my
so
God.
poor between the two houses. Casey reportedly told police that on Sunday, Wallace knocked on his window and shouted, "I'm going to kill you." It's just how he did it. Reportedly, the two appeared to talk for 20 minutes and come to an understanding where Wallace allegedly wanted to shake hands and even offered to pay for corrective nose surgery to help alleviate Casey's snoring. Then Casey allegedly grabbed a knife hidden under a blanket, met Wallace at his door, and stabbed him 3 or 4 times in the chest. Reportedly, Casey said he didn't believe Wallace was serious about shaking hands and working out their disagreement.
So the snorer stabbed the complainer? Because now I was confused about that.
No, the Wallace was the person who died.
Okay, he was the snorer.
Casey is the complainer, the complainant.
Got it.
He's been charged with. He's a 55-year-old. He stabbed the 62-year-old.
I know my fiance has wanted to murder me a couple times.
I understand how bad the snoring can be, and it can, once it focuses on your brain, now you're hyper-focusing on it, and that's all you hear is the snoring. Becomes a real problem.
Well, I think my issue is only if I'm in a certain position. So, like, if, sometimes she'll have to wake me up.
Sleep on your
so I
back.
shift,
Yeah. Or she could do what my wife does, just punch me in the face. So, I got to tell you, my guess is that there's more snoring going on than brain cells in these two houses. I could be wrong.
I agree.
I mean, I don't want to pass judgment. So over the weekend, I facilitated a phenomenal comedian to come in and work a private party over the weekend.
Nice.
And all went well. Everything was good. But I got to say, the messages that I got back were Gen Zers, the younger group, just became offended. This is happening today. This is happening. And I don't understand it. There is a certain group that doesn't get that this is a joke. It's meant to be funny, right? You imagine roasts for this generation when they're going to do like a roast. We're going to roast somebody. They won't be able to do that.
Don't do it.
There'll be none of it. Now, Gen Z workers are also very unique and different. They say that over money and over working, quality of life is taking the priority here. Raven Jesuthason says it stems from the fact that Gen Z knows their wealth won't come close to that of their parents or grandparents. All they want to do is be happy. I don't find this to be anything crazy, though. Do you?
No.
Don't you think most workers, you could be like working in the 60s, and don't you want to be able to make enough money to be happy?
I do.
Even back then? So, but they say this is the...
You want to be happy in your job, too. You don't want to be miserable.
Right, you don't want to be miserable. So you could make a lot of money, but be miserable, and would you prefer to... I'm going to do a 30 coming up here for you. Does that work for you?
Thank you, yes.
All right. You could be miserable, and the money just isn't worth it. So I'm not sure Gen Zers are that different. Hey, we have news and then Kilmeade coming up next on WIBX.
Are you or a loved one dealing with physical issues? Are you about to have a corrective surgery? Be prepared and take the stress out of recovery. Visit Home and Hospital Medical Supply in the new Hartford Shopping Center. From mobility aids to home safety equipment, they carry it all. Whether it's a heating pad for back relief or a knee brace for that sports injury, they now even have light therapy equipment to fight seasonal depression. Home and Hospital Medical Supply. Care with convenience. Online at hnhmedicalny.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica Rome, W295DI Utica Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
One challenger left, 1 day left. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. To the New Hampshire primary, and Nikki Haley hopes Ron DeSantis dropping out of the Republican race boosts her, telling Fox.
No, I think his supporters are up for grabs. Think about it. His supporters love America, and they wanted a new generational leader.
But DeSantis has thrown his support behind former President Trump, who tells Fox.
Look, he endorsed me. He endorsed me. And we have policies very similar, actually. I think those people will all come to me.
Former President Trump is now in court. He's arrived at the courthouse in New York, and he may testify at a civil defamation trial he calls fake and election interference. Author E. Jean Carroll already won her first case, now seeks more money in damages, claiming the former president sexually abused her decades ago and defamed her, denying it. He'll return to New Hampshire tonight for another Trump rally as President Biden skips the state's contest.
He's not standing in front of the press. He's not here meeting voters. He's not answering questions. He's not doing town halls, and he won't do debates.
So Congressman Dean Phillips tells Fox he's up to 32% support in the Democratic primary polls in New Hampshire. The president is not on the ballot as Democrats ignore that primary, considering South Carolina's first. But there is a write-in Biden campaign in New Hampshire. Today, the president meets with his task force on reproductive health care, while his vice president also focuses on the abortion issue.
Coinciding with the 51st anniversary of the Roe